about youth numbering to 40 came to my house and killed my mother, killed my elder brother, and killed my kid sister. Burnt the whole house. I was killed too, but God in His infinite mercy gave me a second chance to live again, and that's why I'm here today to tell my stories. My name is Timothy Adepoju Michael. I'm from Oyo State. I was born in Bauchi State. I grew up in Bauchi State, school in Bauchi State. Studied electrical engineering, but now I'm a humanist, a peace humanist. I'm a member of Institute of Public Diplomacy and Management, now chartered, and now a master's student in the University of Life Experience. I run an NGO, the Trias Peace Foundation, which was put together after the crisis that affected my family in the year 2006 in Bauchi State. And basically, what we do is we tend to change the narrative about youth restiveness, violence, and extremism. So we promote peace in communities and government schools. That's what we do basically. Like I said earlier, on the 20th of February, there was a story we heard in Maiduguri that there was a religious crisis there, which was unconnected to the Denmark Prophet Muhammad Khatun Saga. So when my mom heard of the incident at Maiduguri, she told us that we should fast and pray for peace to reign in Nigeria, because the crisis in the northern Nigeria is becoming too much. So we never knew that that Monday, the 20th, is going to be a sad day for us in Bauchi State. At about 2 p.m., we heard youth chanting Allahu Akbar coming towards our house, and all of a sudden we heard bang on the gate, and they were trying to break in, and eventually they do force themselves in, and they were shouting that we Christians, we came to their land, Bauchi State, and now we are comfortable. We had businesses that is flourishing, and they don't like it. So the primary objective is to come and eliminate all of us and get all of us burnt in the house. But we thank God that when they came in, we tried to hide in the room, but they still forced themselves inside the room. And the first person that entered macheted my kid sister that was beside me, and smashed her head into two. She died instantly beside me. I saw her. At the shout of the kid, my mom tried to look up to see what happened to her, and they macheted her on the face to cut her, slit her throat, and smash her head on the wall. And that's how they continue using the machete and all the daggers on all of us in the room. But my two brothers were so lucky because I have to dive on them. I put them under me, I lied on them, and I received all the cuts on me, and I passed out. But I thank God because I have a very strong spirit. I told God to spare me so that I can live to tell the story and change the narrative about youth restiveness in Bauchi State. So after then, they thought we were all dead. Then they climbed the roof of the house, set the house on fire, poured petrol, and the house was burning. It was in the process that I discovered that I'm alive. I have to run for my life. So I told my younger brothers to please look for a way to run out the house. And unfortunately, my girlfriend, who is my wife now, was there in the house too. She was preparing food for my mom that we were going to use for the break of fast that day. So she was caught too, and she had a strong spirit like I do, and she survived it too. She was able to escape. But while I was running, they chased me, and I entered the nearby house. with about 4 rooms. I look at the first room, I refused to enter. I saw the second one, I didn't enter. I entered the third one. So when they entered the compound, they were shouting, "Hey, where's the boy? Where's the guy that entered here?" And they checked the first room, checked the second room. They refused to check the third room, and they went to the fourth room and checked. And I don't know how this girl came out from somewhere and just told them, "Oh, the boy has jumped over the fence," and that's how they ran outside again, and I was saved in the room I entered. So I was there for like up to 6-7 hours before we were taken to the hospital. So I've lost all blood in, and I was unconscious. I think I passed out like up to 2 or 3 times. But God still kept me alive, and today I'm here to tell my story. After the state crisis, I was left with 3 options. The first option is to let the incidents overwhelm me, get dejected, and became useless to myself, to my community, and to my family. The second option was to, of course, retaliate and kill anybody I can kill in Bauchi State. And eventually, if I can burn the whole Bauchi State down, then I should go ahead. And the third option was I should just accept it as the way God wants it, forgive these perpetrators of the evil act, and move ahead. So I weighed the options, and I thank God for giving me that resilient spirit to choose the third option. So I decided to forgive these evil people, to move ahead. So after the state crisis, I have to go back to Bauchi State because we were transferred to a private hospital in Jos, because there was an attack in Bauchi State. And I mean, in the hospital where we were taken to the general hospital in Bauchi State that night, some of the guys that carried out the evil act confirmed that some of us were still alive, and they want to silence us off so that we will not maybe probably turn them into the security. So they came to the hospital to kill some people that night, and the following morning we have to transfer to a private hospital in Jos. So we were there for like 3 weeks, and after then I have to get back to Bauchi State. I met with some of these boys. They never knew I knew they were there. I just told them I've forgiven them, and I took a cameraman to the house to snap the burnt building and some other places, so I could get at least a reference photo to the event. So I felt most of these guys that were involved in the state crisis were ignorant of what it means to be religious or to fight for religion. I felt they are not real Muslims, because I still have friends that are Muslims, and they are not evil, they are not bad, they are peaceful. So I believe they are ignorant of what they have done. So I felt the best way is to forgive them and let them realize that peace is possible, and we can always coexist. If at all we can love each other, tolerate each other, and understand, appreciate our differences in religion and culture. So that's what prompted me to form the Triad Peace Foundation. The Triad Peace Foundation is the 3 Adepoju that were killed, my mom, my brother, and sister, and my sister. There's 3 Ades that I used to form the NGO, which I'm using to promote peace today. So part of the psychosocial therapy I had to go through was to go back to Bauchi State where the incident happened then, and also to encourage my girlfriend then, who is now my wife, to go back and finish up her education in school, to go back to school and finish up her program. And fortunately, she went back. She didn't only go back to school, she built confidence, much of resilience, and not all of that, not just that. She came a top of a class with the best graduating student in our department. And a week after graduation school was our wedding still in Bauchi State. We did our wedding, and the most interesting story is that my best man at my church wedding is a Muslim. Just to let people know that I don't have anything against the Muslim, and the peace is possible if you can always tolerate each other and love one another. Starting an NGO is not an easy task in Nigeria, because it takes a whole lot of time, and you need fund, and you need acceptability in the community you are trying to reach out to. Starting the NGO, honestly, it has not been easy, but I thank God for support from friends and family members who rally around me and see the objectives of the organization I tried to put up, and they supported me, and I started in the year 2007 by launching a book which I wrote in memory of my late mom and my siblings. That is the legendary memorial. So getting funds to run the activities of the NGO has not been easy over the years, but from personal savings and contributions from friends, I was able to put together some activities in community schools in Abuja, in Nasarawa State, in Bauchi State, and part of Ilorin and Kwara State, and some communities as well. So as a result of the activities I carried out in December last year, I was given an opportunity to apply for a grant with Nexus Fund in America, of which I won the grant, and I used that to launch the Peace Club in schools in Abuja and Nasarawa State. And afterwards, the activities gave me the nomination for an International Peace Award from Canada, of which I also won the International Peace Laureate Award for 2017. So I would say that it has not been easy, but with divine providence, we have been pulling through all the while. So some of the activities we also do in Triad Peace Foundation is to visit the internally displaced persons, the IDP camps, to walk them through my experience so as to build confidence, hope, and resilience in them, because I know how it felt to be homeless. After the said crisis that happened to me, I was rendered homeless and useless. So I know how it felt to be entirely displaced. So I rally around some of the IDP camps in Abuja, in Bauchi, and Nasarawa State to walk the victims through my experience so as to build resilience and make them to have confidence and hope that all is not lost. They can always pick up from where they are to better their lives. The challenges I've encountered over the years has been enormous, but they're insurmountable. First, there is the issue of fund. Then reaching out to some communities. Some host communities are not welcoming, so we have to try as much as possible to penetrate them using their youth leaders, who we always try to work on to change their mindset about receivedness and violence in the communities. And some of the challenges again has been apprehensiveness, because we always feel that maybe by the time you enter some communities, you might be held hostage again, and But we thank God that we have been able to overcome some of the challenges over the years. I'm finding fulfillment in what I'm doing, even though I've not yet reached the peak of where I'm going to. As a young man of 38 years old, I believe there's still much more for me to achieve in the nearest future. And my success story, even though success is narrative, it depends on how all the parameters you use to define success. To me, my success over the years has been the number of lives I've been able to touch, and I've been able to impact positively and change their violent activities to peaceful one over the years. So that has been majorly my achievement. For the youth out there, I would like to advise them that violence does not make things right. Destructive agitation does not correct wrongs, but we can always channel our grievances and our disputes through negotiation and through dialogue. So I would like our youth to embrace peaceful resolution in achieving whatever they felt is their grievances in Nigeria, especially in northeastern Nigeria.